is some Republicans are willing to allow the government to shut down in an effort to defund Obamacare. I know your position on this, that you think that's a very bad idea, but expound on it more for me.
Well, look, I understand the impulse to do something about Obamacare. It is a terrible law. It's hurting our country. It's having an impact in people's lives today. People who are part-time hourly employees are seeing their hours cut, so they fall beneath the limit, the 30-hour limit that makes them fall under Obamacare. Premiums are going up. People are going to find it harder to get insurance. I mean, there are all kinds of really bad things that are happening as a result of this. I want to kill the law. But let's be honest about it. We're not going to be able to kill the law until we have a president who will sign a repeal of the law. Now, when we've had government shutdowns before, like in 1995, we had funded the defense budget for the entire year. And we had funded most of the rest of the government for most of the rest of the year. Now, as a result, we had a shutdown. And we know what happened, which is that the Republicans got blamed for every bad thing that happened. Now, fast forward now. The idea is pass a bill out of the House that says we'll fund all of the government except Obamacare, both the mandatory and the discretionary spending. That bill goes to the Senate, and the idea is that the Senate is somehow or another, the Democrats in the Senate are going to say, oh, well, we've got to pass that bill and defund Obamacare. No, all they got to do is amend the bill and say we fund all of the government and send it right back to the House Republicans, and then it's on the Republican doorstep. Now, because none of the government is funded, that means the first week of October, no military family is going to get its paycheck. So we're going to have people who are fighting abroad for us, serving our country in harm's way, whose wives and husbands and children are not going to be able to get a paycheck to help them live. I mean, this is going to be terrible. We won't be able to pay a single border guard. We won't be able to pay a single federal prison guard. We won't be able to pay for anybody in government because the Congress has provided no funding for any part of the government, and everything will be shut down. And I think that's a horrific outcome for the Republicans. The second thing I'd say is this. I think it is very dangerous for Republicans to say, conservatives to say, this is our last and only shot at breaking Obamacare. No, it's not. And we need to fight this bill every single day we can in a way that moves forward. And the idea of saying this is our last thing we can do, and if we come up short on this, then it's all over, is ridiculous. It's not all over. But saying it may make it so. So I think this is a bad strategy. I see no way for us to get to 51 votes in the Senate for a measure that defunds Obamacare. And I see no way for us to get to 67 votes to override a presidential veto. And as a result, the Republicans will be in a place where they will be blamed for a shutdown of the government. And that means a total shutdown of the federal government with nobody getting paid the first week of October when the money runs out at the end of the fiscal year.
All right, I said one more question.